Roth gonna be first up versus Viserys. Mage versus the Evoker. Immediately sheepifies the boy with a quick breath right after, trying to see if he can make some damage out, but big arcane surge around the corner. Missiles to follow Viserys, take a lot of damage. Oh my god, the arcane mage absolutely popping off. As Viserys trying to go for a little bit of self heal. Sleepwalk to follow, but looks like able to avoid it entirely. I think maybe Roth would invis for that one. Does have Viserys on the run right now as the Evoker, just using all of his hover, all of his mobility just to keep himself afloat. It'll be big shatter. Maybe Viserys finally trying to get a bit of counteractive. Fire breath onto Roth. Is that going to be enough damage? Doesn't this get him out of stealth for just a moment? As we do have a Dark Iron Dwarven Shaman. I don't know if the Dark Iron Ratio could actually help him against Viserys much, but I do wonder if that'll end up helping him. I think it'll end up helping him against the Rogue completely. Being able to remove all those bleeds might be incredible. Gonna be a full big burst onto Viserys. Does Roth end up taking him out right here? Trying to see if he can blink around the corner. He's going to go for an interrupt with the missiles to follow. Got himself big carry and go with a Radiant Spark. But looks like Viserys was able to avoid him for the most part. Big barrages out of off. Trying to see if he can chip away at the Evoker, avoiding the sleep effect. As Viserys so far has been playing very, very defensive. Does get to sleep finally onto Roth. And Viserys potentially could go for a big go. Eternity Surge getting interrupted. Unable to really get himself with a good setup. Trying to go for a bit of a Fire Breath. I don't even know if the Fire Breath connected. Whenever you get hit by the fire breath of the Evoker, I do want to see if there's like an animation of like a person burning a little bit of fire. Because I don't think I've ever seen one. Eternity Surge, big disintegrate, potentially mad damage, all the time available for Rob. Does get a juke out a kick from Viserys. Big interrupt into the Evoker though. Does he have enough damage? Big barrage. Oh, big barrage does come down with a touch of the Magi missile combo to follow. Rob, is this Seamark? Is this supposed to be Seamark? Just changed his name? Or is this completely another guy named Roth? I'm not even sure, honestly. GG Flex is going to be up next. Stun onto Roth. And it's going to try to see if he can send out the Death Shock. I'm trying to reposition as Roth looking to find himself a better angle. Got himself the images, so at least able to reduce some of the damage he takes. So that's quite a bit of burst coming out of Flex. As he got himself, look at that mobility, man. I know he's like kind of blinking all over the screen, but man, being able to close the gap with a back up as quickly as this man can. It's kind of nutty. Touching the magic onto Flex. Does get himself a charge with the Spearhead. There's going to be Rob taking a bit of damage right now, though. Is it going to be enough damage here? Breath onto Flex. Is Flex in a good spot? Going to be freezing Flex. Does have a trigger for it. It's still in a tight spot. Barrage could end them. A Barrage could end Flex, I think. Could it? Almost. Got himself a Battle Mass Trinket. I'm surprised they didn't end him. They did end up nerfing the Barrage quite a bit at Seamark. Okay, I was going to save for a second. Because there's not a lot of arcane. We don't know a lot of arcane mages. It has to be Seamark, yeah? Big Death Shock him onto Rob. Does go in for the Ice Block. I'm just going to keep calling him Rob. Oh, wait, no. Maybe Ice Block broke the Ice Block a little too early. As he does get grenaded to the end there with Mountfall charging out towards Flex. As he's got himself a little bit of that mobility. I don't know how much mobility he's going to be able to use here to walk away. Forgot dual talents. I'm just dying to damp. Oh, it's all good, man. It's all good. Yeah, all fine. Oh, fine. All good, my guy. Next match, yeah? Next match. Gonna be a freeze onto Monfort. Does end up trinketing it with a charge up, slowing him down as Flex at least able to supplement to that mobility. You can't really outrun the Demon Hunter, but you can use your traps to stagger their approach with roots, freezes, as well as the charge trap. Everything you can to at least stop him for a moment. And if you can pop some kind of like a proper slow on them as well, that also would be very, very helpful. If you can somehow use a good old slow, potentially it'll make some happen. Because the Feint Bug can't see him. Oh, okay. Yeah, I've seen that before. Yeah, I've seen the Feint Bug before. Yeah, that happened to me as well. Yeah, it makes it a little bit difficult to track him. Hopefully they'll fix that at some point. Gonna be a demon spawning in from Monfell as Flex, just looking for recovery of his own. Monfell picking up the demonic soul, hoping to maybe get some damage in towards Flex, but oh my goodness, every time he gets close, there's always a trap to separate the two. Even when just a moment, even for just a little bit, with Flex actually going in, getting some damage in, got himself a root onto a Monfell, but it doesn't get drafted, just to give himself a little bit extra. Ooh, survivability, but a Blade Dance does end up cutting you down either way, though. That is unfortunate, man. That is super unfortunate. With Chicago going to be up next over for the Team 2 versus Monfell, can Chicago potentially go through the 4 players left over in Team 1? Hey Dal, did you see Torrent's weapon? Yeah, I did, John. That looks awesome. I do wonder if that would be like a proper two-hander for them or whatnot. I'm hoping it will be, man. If they do add it, it would be cool if like only Torrent could use it. Would be unique. Light the last one for Chicago, as Monfal is gonna take a lot of damage here. Actually, big elemental damage out of Chicago, playing elementals build. Massive support for Monfal though, as he got himself big burst, all coalescing together with Essence Break, together with a Hunt, together with a massive Blade Rush. Or Blade Dance rather. Big Blade Dance from Follow does end up catching himself as he's gonna knock back, using the wings in order to hover back onto the platform, going for a bit of a backflip. As long as he uses Vengeful Retreat, he does get immunity to CC and big damage reduction. Oh my god, I don't even know what Monfal needed to go flagging my boys in Chicago. That felt like BM. Shadhound gonna be up next, as it's gonna be charged out by, what is this charge? You charged and you just went a whole nother zip code there, my guy. I love how Fel Rush can randomly sometimes like going off of like a platform. You can just get rushed off the side so hard. As Monfal trying to see if he can get himself a bit of recovery. Freezing trap by Shadhound. No help whatsoever by the Hunter. It's gonna be Monfal trying to see if he can end him right then and there. As Shadhound does switch out towards a survival. Try to go for a fear onto the Hunter. Only clip the pet. Grenades out for Shadhound. Butchery. Interesting choice, but Monfal trying to see if he can take him down. Is able to take down the Hunter. I guess the rogue though, I don't really know what you can do, as he just gets spiked up from a distance with all those stabs, with all those poison knives. Oh, it's over, isn't it? Yeah, it's over. Once you got all the dots sink into a demon hunter without a way for them to recover any kind of health, doesn't really give him much of an opportunity to recover whatsoever. It's just over. It's just done for. Short and Deadly gonna be up next. Parry up versus Demonic, as it is gonna be a full death mark onto the warrior. Try to see if he can keep Demonic kind of slowed. He does realize the warrior. He does realize the rogue is still nearby. He knew that he hit him with a slow, and knew he had to be somewhere nearby. It's gonna hit him with a few for just a second. Charge right after. Just trying to keep CC on the Demonic, but not really trying to fight him. Mostly just trying to use charges in order to keep him at bay for just a little bit longer. Maybe waiting for a cooldown to back up. At least just trying to disrupt him from being able to walk away. Spear onto Demonic. Could potentially go maybe for a Cloak of Shadows. Can't really break the spear though. Oh my goodness. Blind onto Short, as Demonic did take a pretty big execute. Does survive it with a cheat death. The Short and Deadly close that gap with a leap. Trying to see if he can do a Blade Storm to follow. Does clip Demonic out. Oh, and the Blade Storm does end up eliminating him. That is super unfortunate, with Monfal bringing it back for 3. Enjoying the Demon Hunter buffs for damage before they're gone. They're nerfing like a whole combo of a Demon Hunter. When you I-beam, or I guess when you meta, whenever you drop meta, even after an I-beam, when you go Demonic, you get this buff of, what's it, Blade Rush, that increases your damage by, how much is it normally? Oh, you're not even running Restless Hunter. Oh, okay, you're running a completely different build then. Never mind, I was thinking of running the Restless Hunter build, which is super deadly PvP right now.